So, put on some background noise so you don't hear everybody else in the house. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about how to manipulate people. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. That was kind of loud in my ears. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about how to manipulate people. For, including influence, tricks, and shortcuts into getting into people's minds. Reminder, do not manipulate people unless it is a life or death situation or you're manipulating them to get you to get space. Like if you want them to leave you alone. Or if it's for somebody's own good. Still, probably don't do it. I'm not saying it's good to manipulate people, but it's good to know how. That way you know if you're being manipulated. And then you can think of ways to get back at that person. You know what I mean? Revenge! Anyway. So influence. Triggers. Get people to do what they want. Make them think it's what they want. Kind of like talking somebody into something. I thought you wanted to. Wouldn't it be fun? Because then if you do this and you have the experience, blah, 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 come up with an excuse for why they want to do it. It's kind of like talking them into. It's just kind of like talking somebody into it. Like, hey, don't you want to go to the track? I thought you wanted to, watch this. I thought we could have time together. Wouldn't that be something you would want for us to have time together? Something like that. Let's spend time together. If it's somebody you haven't seen in a while, that is a motivation to get them to go with you. Time between you. Think of something that would motivate them into wanting to go. Or wanting to. Really anything. Anyway, contrast principle. I learned these from just a bunch of research on many different websites. I'm going to say that right now. I am not a genius. I do a lot of research through multiple sites. I go by the common knowledge rule. If you find it on 5 sites, then you don't need to cite them. I think it's 5. It might be more than 5. I wrote it down somewhere. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, use something that's more expensive, too much, versus something that's semi-more reasonable. Okay, kind of like a lesser of two evils. Hey, we could go to the track, or we could go to New York. Saying that you're very far away from New York. If you live in New York, that's not super distance. Maybe we could go 1 hour out of town. That 1 hour out of town is going to sound like a lot shorter of a car ride. So it's more motivating for you guys to go there than to go farther and you still get what you want. Or use, hey, I heard this band that you follow is going to be there. Or maybe they did something there. Come up with a landmark. Come up with something for them to do in this area that you want to go to. Come up with this is not as far, or this is not as expensive, or this is not as something else, you know? Or you can make it feel like it's almost like an obligation to go. Like they kind of have to contribute. Make it feel like it's going to make them special. Make them feel like they kind of have to do this for some reason. We haven't spent time together in a long time, so I think you should come with me so we can finally catch up. Obligation. Or just kind of persuade them a large request, and a smaller request, they'll probably give in to the smaller request. This is the same thing as the comparison I was talking about before, about something big, something less big. Or use, I'm going to pause this for a moment because people are annoying, living crap out of me. Ask them a bunch of things, if you get them on a roll to wanting to do things, if you are able to manipulate somebody into one thing, go for 2, go for 3, go for 4. So if you're constantly saying yes, stop and think you're probably being manipulated into saying yes because you're so used to it. People get conditioned to do things. If you condition yourself to say yes, you're going to say yes to everything. Condition yourself to say no, you're going to say no to everything. So just stop and think. This is on the other side of it. If you're asking somebody and they say yes every time, it doesn't matter what you ask, they're still going to keep saying yes. Till they stop and think. Same thing if they're saying no. Try to use, people are very social creatures. I don't, but most people, they want to fit in. Use that to your advantage if you're trying to manipulate somebody. And know that people use that to advantage if they're trying to manipulate you. But everyone's doing it. Or this cool celebrity. Or this really cool person. Or this athlete. Or this is doing it. That is manipulation. It's manipulation. Ha, I got on the last one. Okay, another thing. People can be persuaded by people they trust or like to be around or just have a good view of. So if it's somebody that's close to that person, or you smile and you act friendly, they'll be more likely to say yes. Don't be like, hey, you go to the game with me. Don't be like that. Like, just kind of like smile. Be like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. You want to go to the game? Or you can make yourself sound authoritative. Be intimidating. Be persuasive. Be like, God, we need to go to this, blah, 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 blah. For this reason, da 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 da. Have your facts lined up and everything. Or make it feel like it's not going to be an opportunity that's always there. Make it be like, we won't be able to do this again. This is like your last chance. That is another way to get what you want. And I think that's it for manipulation. Remember, don't use this unless you have... It's okay if you're in marketing. But like, be a decent person about it. How do I say this? Be decent. Just be decent. I'm not asking for good. I'm not asking for amazing. Be decent. That's all I ask from anybody who watches these. Be decent. Ish.